Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Sydney from PhoneDog.com, and this is the Casio G'zOne Ravine. I'm pronouncing it G'zOne because I can pronounce it however I want to. How do you like me now? Ravine from Verizon. It's a super rugged phone for people who have active lifestyles and do a lot of outdoorsy things. And so, because it is a super rugged phone, I decided to put it through some super rugged testing. So I dropped it, I dunked it, did a couple flip-flops with it, just to see how it would hold up under PhoneDog's rigorous heavy-duty testing. So we're gonna go check that out and see how it held up, check out the test footage, and then we'll get on to the review of the Casio G'zOne Ravine from Verizon. It's a little bit pricey, I will say that. It's $150 on contract, but if you need it, it's there. So it's the Ravine from Verizon. I'm Sydney from PhoneDog.com. Let's go check it out. Alright, so basically I'm just gonna drop it and see what happens. So here's the phone after I did all of that to it, and as you can see, there's really not a lot of damage to it. There are some scratches right here on the corners, and on the corner there, and the corner there. So there are scratches, but really for what I did, it's pretty good. It still works. The screen actually has no scratches, mostly because it was closed whenever I dropped it. I dropped it when it was open a couple of times, and so there's some scratches right there. But really, it held up pretty well, so definitely durable. I know I said that I may run over it with my car, but I talked to Casio, and I asked them about the, how exactly it had been tested, and I decided that it would not be best to run over it with my car, so I did not do that. But I dropped it, from a third-story balcony, so that's pretty tough. The phone held it pretty well. I will say that the back cover here, it did kind of pop off. Well, it didn't pop off, but it sort of came loose every time I dropped it. So I'll show you kind of basically what it looked like. But it was sort of like this. It was sort of just kind of popped out. And really all I had to do was pop it back in. But, it is, I guess, kind of a concern if you had dropped it and then got it in water or something. I guess it would damage the battery. But chances are you're not going to drop it from the heights that I did. That was just for testing. But it is worth noting that the cover did come off just slightly. So also, there's a couple of other features with the phone that would be good for basically people that are going to be outdoors a lot. And so if we open up, you can see it's just a basic flip phone. Has the T9 or the dialing pad there. A couple of nice features that I didn't get to in the unboxing is that it has what's called the GZ gear, and so you can get to it just by holding down the clear button on the keypad. So it takes you to this menu, and you can see there's there's 9, not about 9, there's 9. Earth compass, walking counter, thermometer, tides, sunrise and sunset, astro calendar, stargazer, and then setup and how to use. And so basically it's just nice features for people that are going to be outdoors a lot. I think this would come in more handy for like hiking and doing a lot of that. I was thinking more the ruggedness would be good for construction workers or people in that field, but it seems like it's made more for people that just do a lot of outdoor activities. So you can see the compass, it loads up, and everything, it's very visually appealing. You can see it looks really nice. It doesn't look cheap at all. And so, I tested them briefly. I mean, obviously I don't know the ins and outs of each feature. But you know, they seem to work very well, seem to come in handy, and overall the design of them just seems very simple. And you can see it's, you know, it's not a cheap programming, and it's actually very in-depth, the measurements. So definitely some nice features there, and worth noting. So one more interesting feature is this button right here. It's you can use it for basically speech to text. And so whenever you have the phone open, if you hold down the button, it will actually speak any text messages that you have received, any new messages. So if I hold it down,
no unread message.
So you can see I have no unread messages, but if I did have any, it would read them to me. And so it's kind of, and it would also, the text message itself would actually pop up so you can read it, but it also speaks it to you. And then if we go to messaging, you can also use this feature whenever typing a message. So here I'm in the text field. So if I hold down that same button, hey, where are you?
Hey, where are you?
There, and so it speaks it for you. Obviously, it's very, you know, it's not the same as what you'll get on a smartphone, but I found that it actually performed very, very well, you know, considering that it's on just a basic feature phone. You do have to train it, so you will have to say a couple of sentences, and just, it takes a couple of minutes to set up. But it is there, and it's interesting that it works. Just kind of another handy feature for those with an active lifestyle, I guess. You also have a camera. It's a 3-megapixel camera, and also has a flash. And one more interesting thing before I forget is that you can hold down this button right here, and it will actually turn on the light. Actually, I have to be in the home screen. And it'll turn on the flash, so you can use it as a sort of light. You know, it's not very bright, but it's nice to have. Just, you know, interesting features like that, which would be good, you know, for people that are outside a lot. So overall, I think it's a great phone for those that are going to be outdoors a lot. If you do a lot of hiking or just overall traveling, it's nice to have a good rugged phone. Or if you're kind of just tough on your phone and you need one that's going to be durable, I think it's definitely a good option. It has great features, and yeah, you know, it's kind of big, and yes, I agree, it does kind of look like a car, which was my first thought whenever I took it out of the box, but I decided not to say it because I didn't want you guys to think I'm weird, but apparently I'm not, because I thought it looked like a car too. Anyway, so a very nice phone. If this is something that you're looking for, if you need a phone like this in this category, I would definitely get this one. This is the one I would recommend out of the others that are in this category. So it's the Casio G'zOne. I'm going to call it the G'zOne Ravine from Verizon. Definitely check it out if you're interested in it. Also, right there is a 2.5 millimeter headphone jack. So I would definitely check it out. In all of my testing, it proved to be as rugged as I thought it would. Waterproof, shockproof, dustproof. So go check it out at Verizon. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you have any more questions about this phone or other messaging phones, you can check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/phonedog, or you can follow me on Twitter. My screen name is It's My Job to Know. So follow me, ask me any questions that you have. And don't forget, guys, right now, PhoneDog is doing a contest, a sweepstakes, where you can win one of 100 iPads or 2 tickets to the 2011 Super Bowl. And the contest is running all the way through January, I believe. So if you're watching this anytime from now to January 2011, you'll be able to enter into the contest. So check out our Facebook page for details and rules on that. Again, facebook.com/phonedog. Just our way of saying thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking with us through the years. So again, I'm sitting from phonedog.com with the Casio Ravine from Verizon, and I will see you guys later.